guys. Well, I'm at my grandparents' farm. This is my first time up here in 2013. So, really nice out here. It's a little bit windy out here, but it's not quite as windy as it was a couple days ago when I was at my aunt's place, when it was real windy and cold. Today it's a lot warmer. So I thought I'd just give y'all a little walk around. This is my first time up here this year. Y'all recognize that red van? They've been keeping it up here. They've had it down at their house, but now they now keep it up here, and they've been driving it a lot more. We got some water standing in couple of areas. There's one right there, just because of with all the rain that we got a couple days ago. That's what all that is just from, because they usually have some puddles of water that would stand whenever, if it rains a lot up here. There's a little bit of a puddle right there, but it looks like it's starting to dry up. See some mistletoe. Can't tell if that could be a mistletoe on that tree or not. Let's get back here. That way we'll be out of the wind. The wind's out of the northeast. Well, mostly in the east. Oh, and also I thought I'd show y'all something on this tractor right here. Let's see, my grandfather had a problem with the left rear tire on it, so my grandfather just changed out the tire on it, and so he just took a tire off of this tractor and he changed it out. So this was the tire that was on it. Looks really bad. The tube had a big hole in it, because as soon as you would put air in it, all the air would just leak out of it, so it wouldn't quite hold air for that long. But you could still drive it just for a very short time, but then all the air would just leak out. So yeah. So we got a big pile of old trees there. So my grandfather actually plowed all around it just so that we could burn it. Okay, so let me try and walk along here. I want to try to avoid the puddle. Nothing much has really changed here. This tree right here had actually looked like it split, and it fell into this field right there. Looks like another tree had once split before. Well, that must have been a really good sized tree. So let's kind of walk along there. Okay, so we moved a little bit further. Oh man, this poor old TMS banner. That's just from with the wind. With it blowing, it's all ripped up. And the cedar tree just looks nice as always. There's the pasture. There's two tractors here. Ford Golden Jubilee, the Farmall H. They're probably still in for storage. Grass has kind of grown a little bit. My grandfather's already had to cut the grass up here this year. See, and I've already have cut their grass at their house twice this year as well. And there's the storm cellar. It's definitely the perfect spot to go into, like when there's a bad storm, when there's tornadoes. This door's not original though to it, because the old original door had started to decay, so my grandfather got it a brand new one. So actually the last time I did a video up here, or the last video that I had loaded, was back in September. See, my grandfather had took a video up here back in August. The last time I was actually up here was July. So my grandfather had took two videos, two hummingbird videos, if y'all have seen them before, because my grandmother had bought it a second hummingbird feeder. She hung it right here, probably from where that wire is. I don't know if you can see it. You can probably see it. It's kind of hard because the sun is just right in my face. So yeah, they had a lot of hummingbirds up here last year. There's a truck coming by with a roll of, or a bale of hay. Alright, so I guess we'll go in the barn. Alright, so we're inside the barn. Looks like nothing much has really changed in here since I was last here. Yeah, you can probably tell with some of the stuck wet grass on the Husky lawn tractor, since my grandfather has already cut the grass this year. Yeah. So yeah, so this is the Husky lawn tractor, as y'all seen in the previous video. So it's got a 22 horsepower Briggs & Stratton V-twin engine. It looks pretty much just like the same engine that was in my aunt's Craftsman LT1000. This is what her motor looks like in her tractor, since I couldn't show it to y'all very well because it was so dark. So that's what it just looks like, except it's only a 20 horsepower. This tractor is not really quite as wore out as my aunt's lawn tractor, because my grandfather, he's looked after it throughout all the years. So yeah. Here's the old NTD lawn tractor, all covered up. So it's all in winter hibernation. Oh, cool. So it looks like no flat tires. Cool. Maybe if I can, maybe I can try and get a starting video. This thing probably had ran probably since either June or July. So that would be an old start, cold start. The tractors. Here's my great grandfather's tractor, Farmall M F20. Here's the Super C. See, I wanted to really drive it last year. The problem with it, it's got a stuck clutch. My grandmother's Craftsman walk-behind string trimmer. See, last year I did a tune-up on it and I replaced the starter rope. The other two tractors. The Farmall Cub. There's my grandfather's chainsaw. Poulon Wood Shark. So a pretty good size saw. Has a shorter bar on it than my CS 400. So let's look at the specs on this saw. So the date is 2006. It's a 42cc. Seems to have a little bit more power than my saw. Runs good, except it's just hard starting. There's the electric chainsaw, so it's a Remington. It has a 16-inch bar on it. And yeah, it's my uncle's ATV. It's all covered up. And a dead wasp. Probably froze to death. And my grandparents' is mint condition 91 Ford F-150 truck. Still looks in almost perfect condition. Looks pretty good though for a truck that's almost 22 years old. So cool. And under this tarp is an old 72 Chevy C10 with a 350 in it. There's the John Deere G, the only John Deere tractor my grandfather has. It supposedly does run, but apparently it won't start on its own unless you would have to bump start it. I don't know why. And it does seem to have issues with the clutch. It's kind of hard to try and to actually stop the tractor. So that's actually kind of dangerous though. And cool. Alright, so I hope y'all enjoyed this little tour. Yeah. Alright, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. So, thanks for watching.